For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record, for the record.
All right, next, man, we got M with Music to Be Murdered by Side B. I want to let you take this one. You go ahead and start off on this one. I want to hear what you got to say.
I mean, this is a whole nother album. And normally I would be excited when one of the GOATs drop a whole nother album. We just covered the Wheezy with the mixtape. And then when Wheezy dropped another one, which I still haven't fully gotten through because I know I can contradict myself in the prior album we was covering with the Ransom, where Ransom is still doing some of them same elements, but throwing the 2020 tweak on it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's happening with Wheezy, and I damn sure don't feel like it's happening with M.
So you saying that he can't do it with like with the 2020 twist? I think he can. I just don't think he does it enough on there. He goes back and weighs on his of his past, like hitting the little funny songs every now and again. He got this little ballads with
Filler.
Skylar. Yeah, he has the filler, but he has like 3 or 4 songs on there where he like come with it. That Nat especially.
Hands down, Nat is the best song on
here. These demons, Killer, and Zeus, and like I think like on all those he actually like rapped. Like he came through it and he added. He kept your attention. You know what I mean? Even in 2020, like he modernized his style to match the beat.
Yeah. But is this the end for Slim Shady? Like, are you going to listen to him again? You're going to continue to give him looks, or is he going to fall back in the pecking order? Because these guys that we listen to, we give them the benefit of the doubt so much, right? We always talk about this. Eminem is one of those guys. Eminem, Nas, Jay, Weezy, like T.I., I said Weezy, Jeezy. Like, it's a lot of guys. Yeah. I know, yeah, I decided to slide that T.I. in there. But it's a lot of guys that we listen to often to where we're going to give them a listen regardless, because if they do come out with some dope shit, we want to hear the dope shit. We want to be there for the dope shit and the resurgence of them finally getting it. That you need to do something a little bit different, or maybe you need to just drop 10 songs and just give us that. You know what I mean? But Eminem is on his own planet, man, and he's going to do what he want to do. I don't think it's the end for him, but I also know that Side B of Wayne just came out. I ain't really check it out like that.
Well, see, this is what I'm going to say. Like, and if you're talking about the Wayne, the reason you ain't checked for Wayne is because, like, I didn't like the first Side A. So, like, it's hard to get me to, like, just jump straight into Side B after, like, you just gave me 2 weeks ago when you said this was it. And I listened to that and I was like, I don't want to run back to that.
The other thing is nobody that we respect as far as musically is championing it. Nope. So when all those different things and the word of mouth don't really spread, that seems to mean that you have a dud, my friend.
Yeah, and the fact that you have to flip it around, like this is Eminem is dropping this Side B after dropping his like at the top of the year, and he's dropping this at the end of the year. You dropping Side B a week later. So that tells me that you was like, oh, they didn't jump on what I wanted real quick. So let me throw this out there, see if I can win them back or whatever. It's too late. Damage is done on that little portion. You got to wait a minute before you can actually like, I'm wheezied out like on that dumb wheezy.
So that was constructive criticism. Some people will call this hate. We don't give a shit. But let's get to what we actually liked about it.
The M?
Yeah, let's get to what we like about it.
That's what I'm saying. I love the Nat, like hands down was like the best song that he had on there. In talking about these people championing up, that was one of the songs that somebody did champion and like, hey, y'all listen to this M? Yeah, I'm like, nah, I haven't made it there yet. It's in the list.
No, go listen to that Nat.
No, stop. Go listen to it. And it was like, okay. And that jumped it up in my queue. And then I started listening to the rest of it. And like you said, like he had all the filler, but like he had a couple of gems on there, man. And it's enough to keep him relevant and where I'm not gonna like run away from his next project. But I think he needs more of that. Like I love the Marshall Mathers LP, you know what I mean? Because it didn't have
what at his level, at GOAT level, because he is one of the GOATs, at GOAT level, what do you have to lose with just doing just rapping your ass off for 10 tracks. Just beat switches, no temper, some hooks on some of them, not so much on the others. Like, what do you have to lose with doing albums that I know you probably always wanted to do?
But he did that with Music to Be Murdered By, and y'all didn't really feel it.
Well, sometimes you can. I mean, sometimes it may not hit.
Yeah.
Sometimes whatever you want to do may not hit.
Yeah.
And I get it, but I think that this one necessarily I got joints like Book of Rhymes, DJ Premier joint. It was a different DJ Premier sound. I would think like, damn, M, you would have if you're gonna get DJ Premier, get the classic DJ Premier sound, and I don't think that came with it. And he's hands on with his music, and rightfully so. It's his music, but when I saw DJ Premier, I was like, oh my God, I seen what DJ Premier did with Royce and what they did. And I'm like, Royce, I won't say he let DJ Premier, but what DJ Premier is known for, he did on Royce's project when they did their joint project. But it's somehow when it get to M, it's like stuff gets cut up and it might not be what the producer said. And I don't know this to be true, but I do know that didn't sound like DJ Premier production, and I was left. I was left wanting more with the production side. The rhymes he had them.
Yeah. And I mean, M is like you said, you on GOAT status. You done reached up there, like you top tier, man. Like maybe just release like the 7 songs. Like quit trying to release like all these other long albums. Like just create a little bit more. Drop singles here on out, and just keep. Like it's no more the albums that we really need. I mean, like you're on up there, like try to help out some other people. I don't know what I ain't gonna sit here and try to figure out.
Are you a fan of Trap M on this album?
Huh?
Trap M, the Trappy M, the bounce,
No.
the 808
No.
M, like no, not at all. Like he's done. Yeah, I don't want to hear no party songs from him.
No,
ever. When have you ever heard an Eminem party song that you was like, well, when have you partied to M?
and
Never.
I know the Skylar Grey songs are his like little staple.
That's like, that's a crutch too. Like I hate, like I don't hate Skylar Grey, but majority of those songs,
they sound the same now. Like he seemed to have one on like every album, and it just sounded like a continuation of the last song. It's just like, bro, like what are y'all doing new? What are y'all doing different on these right here? Drop a joint album together and call it done on this. But like, I may be like.
I ain't feeling the shit. I ain't feeling. Don't do it no more. Give me Dej Low. Give me somebody I like on these hooks. Okay, give me somebody I like. Stop going to Old Faithful, man. Like nobody wants to hear you and Skylar Grey anymore. Go find Marsha Ambrosius. Go find Dej Low. Go find what's the other girl that I'm looking for? She's on all over Nipsey Hussle's album. Songstress. Keep going. I'm gonna find it because there's a lot of female R&B singers or just singers in general that can probably take your song to another level if that's necessarily where you want to go in. But like you ran to the well once too much with Skylar Grey, man. Like nobody, like no disrespect, but I don't want to hear her no more.
Yeah. So hey, I think we're getting too far away from it. It has some good songs on here. Depending on which portion of M that you really like, he may have more of something that you do than the other one. For me, it was too minimal on what I prefer M to be. And if you're gonna be minimal like that overall, I'm saying it's all right.
What are the songs? What are the songs that you took away that you're adding to your playlist so the people know? So they, you know what I'm saying? What are some of the ones?
Oh, I already named them. It was like Nat, These Demons, Killer, and Zeus.
Cool.
Like those would be the ones that I take out of there, and I throw them on there, mix them with a couple songs that I liked on Music to Be Murdered By, which was captured in the moment too, because we talked about this on the annual look back, man. I was just like, man, I remember that album like it's top up here, and then when I got all the other albums throughout the year and went back to it, it was just like
wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same feel, and you shouldn't lose me that quick in a year. You know what I mean?
I can dig it. But for me, again, Book of Rhymes, These Demons, like you mentioned, Nat, Zeus, and